Okay, hello and welcome to another AdobeGFX Photoshop tutorial. In this tutorial you'll be learning how to make a desk effect. It's really easy, so just follow the simple steps which I'll show you and you'll be able to do it. So what you do is make your blank canvas. I'm going to go for a large one, so I'm going to use it as a background. So I'm going to press enter, and now what you want to do is select a orangey browny sort of wooden colour. So I'm going to set off this. I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to select my bucket tool and I'm just going to fill in the background. And now what you do is go over to filter, noise, and you want to add noise. Now you want to have this between 3 and 6%, so I normally opt for 5%. So I'm going to press OK, and now we want to go to filter, blur, and you want to select motion blur. You want to have the angle on 0 and the distance on 10, and then press OK. If you're not happy with the colour, you can press Ctrl and U and mess around with the hue and saturation. So I'm just going to have a quick mess around with it. I'm going to darken it up a little bit, so I'm going to be happy with that, so I'm going to press OK. And now what you want to do is hold down Alt and double click your background so it turns it into a layer. And now you want to right click, go to blending options, go to gradient overlay and select overlay. So you change your blend mode to overlay, and you want your opacity on 65%. You want to select the black and white gradient if it's not already selected. Now these settings here, they don't matter just yet, your style, angle and scale, just leave them as they are. So press OK. Now you want to make a new layer, and then what you want to do is we want to go to blending options again, and we want to change this blend mode to overlay, and we're going to press OK. Now we want to make sure that our colours are on black and white, so that way we can then go over to filter, render and clouds. So it's going to look a little bit like that. Now don't worry, it does look a bit, you know, yeah, I know what you're thinking right now. However, what we want to do is go over to images, adjustments, and we want to brightness contrast. I'll just have a little play around with it until you're happy. I'm just going to edit up a bit. Now I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that myself, so I'm just going to press OK. Now what we're going to do is select this tool here, your rectangular tool, and you want to create a new layer. Now what we'll do is just draw it out. I think that will do. It's going to be your paper for your desk. So select your white, but you want to just get the colour just off white, so just marginally off, so I'm going to go for that. I'm going to press OK. Now select your bucket tool again and fill in, and then you want to deselect your paper. And then go to filter, noise, add noise, and you want this on 3, so you can still see it but it's not quite so press OK. And now select your text tool, and now select a font which is pretty plain and basic, so I'm going to go for Arial myself. And now I'm going to select a darkish bluey sort of thing, because it's going to be my lines for my paper. It's going to be my lined paper which you write on, so I think that will do, purplish thing. And now we're going to create a text, and now just do a couple of equal signs just like that, and make it a bit wider, shall we, so it fits the paper. That'd be a good idea. Now your equal signs won't look like mine just yet, so what you want to do, well, it might not look like mine, you want to go to Window, Character, and you want to set it as -100, because if you go to 200 you're going to have spaces like that, which is what yours might look like right now. -75 you may get away with, but I opt for -100. So let's double click that. And then what we'll do is press enter, and press enter again, and this time what we'll do a line of dashes, just like this. That'll do. Now let's highlight it, and press Control and C. Let's press enter, and enter again, and press Control and V. And what you're essentially doing is pasting in your new line. So let's do enter and enter again. So double spacing it and Control and V again. Now you can change however what size you want your gap. I'm just spacing it out like this. But obviously you may want to put more time and effort into the size of it. But I'm just rushing it because it's a simple tutorial, so I don't want to waste your time. I want you to get out there and creating it yourself. So if we just drag it up a bit onto our paper, let's get it sort of, I think that will do for me. And now what you want to do is go over to your text, right click, blending options, and now we're going to do drop shadow and set it to, now you'll see it looks like that. You want to just drop that down to 3%, so it looks like that, and then press OK. And now what we want to do is select the text tool, then scroll down. You want to download a handwritten font. I use Jennifer's handwriting, and I'll put the download link in the video description. So let's just select that, and now I'm going to use a, maybe not. Now what I've done is I still have my layer selected, so I've changed the font of that layer. So I'm going to press Control and Z to undo that, and then I'm going to create a new layer. So it deselects that, and I'm going to go over to my font again, Jennifer's handwriting, I'm going to press this black. Then what I'm going to do is just add it up here so I can start writing. You can write whatever you want. Now I'm just going to put it there and just line it up on your lines with your arrow keys. Now mine's not quite on the paper, but I'm going to leave it as that because it's just a quick tutorial. You obviously can edit what you put, you can add more lines of text, and you can line it up on the paper by reducing the size of the font. But I'm just going to leave it as that for now. Now what you want to do is hold down Shift and select the 3 layers of your paper, or however many you've now got with all your fonts, and just drag it down to a new folder, this icon here, and then just double click the name and call it paper. Now what you do, right click, duplicate group, paper copy, let's call it paper copy 1 so we don't get confused. Now let's do it again, right click, duplicate group, and let's put this paper copy 2. Now drag your original folder and just drag it up above, or drag that down if it's being a pain like mine, such as that. Now suddenly you have your original one on the top. If you select your group, I'm going to select this one now. What I'm going to do is just drag it over, just like that. Put it over to about there. Now go to edit, 3 transform, hold down Shift and just rotate it around, just like that. So that way, if you have a look, your paper's like that. Now what do I do? Select your other group, put that one around as well, 3 transform, turn that one around as well, and basically just mess it up a bit, just like a normal desk would be. I mean, my desk isn't this messy, but yours might be, I don't know. Okay then, press enter, and then Just go down onto it and just edit your whatever your text is. So I'm just going to put a couple of random letters and things. Now you may recognise this tutorial. It is in fact our YouTube background on the page, if you're wondering where you've seen this style before. So obviously you can write whatever notes you want on this paper, but with this being a tutorial I've just done a couple of random letters. Now line it up on your lines with your arrow keys, your up and down keys, so you're happy with it. And then there we go. And now then, what do all good desks have? That's right, they have a coffee stain. So I've downloaded some coffee stain style brushes, which I'll also add them to a download link in the description. So let's create a new layer. And now we want a darkish colour, so you can still see it, but just how a coffee stain is, it's slightly brown. I'm going to opt for that. So with coffee stain, yeah, there we go, good coffee stain. Now let's add another one, I think. I'm going to add that, I think. Put that onto around about there. There we go, and then let's get a couple of splatters. There we go. And that's our desk for now. So that's the end of part 1 of this video. However, there will be a part 2 which I'll put a link into the description, where you'll be able to add more detail to your desk, such as pencils and things like that. So thanks for watching. This is your basic desk, so well done for making this. Really easy, like I said. Or if you do want to have a look for add more detail to your desk, just have a look at part 2, where we'll show you how to basically create pencils and things like that to add to your desk. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and well done.